Hi everybody, Jake here, and welcome to episode 3 of our Wolfsburg Warriors save, the save where we try and take Wolfsburg to the Champions League in as quick a time as possible. In today's video, we have our first Champions League game of the series that you guys are going to see on camera. We've had a big sale to our team. A big player has been lost in the transfer market, actually on deadline day. We've replaced him with someone as well, so transfers, ingoings, outgoings, a massive match in the Champions League, updates on how our league's going. What more could you want? So that being said, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, Jake here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you're new, and as I mentioned in the intro there, we are of course here with episode 3 of our Wolfsburg save, and today we've got plenty to get into. Not only do we have a Champions League group game against Ajax, which actually isn't our first Champions League game, we've actually had a fair few, and we'll look at our form in the Champions League up until this point, but we're also going to cover a big transfer departure, a player that we bought in, and our league form and how we've been doing. And I guess that's the first place to start. But before we get into it, I just want to ask you guys, as you are all awesome, and it really does help the video, if you could like it, hit the like button if you just want to be nice, or if you want to help share these videos to as many people as possible, help grow the series, that would be great. It really does mean a lot to me. Comment down below if you want to get involved. I love responding to you all, and I still aim to respond to every comment that I get. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as we aim for 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you're watching these videos and you aren't subscribed, feel free to do it, change your mind at any point, doesn't cost you anything, and yeah, it would be awesome if you could do so. Finally, if you haven't already, then feel free to check out the Discord, linked in the description, plenty of members over there now, over 200, a great community of people helping each other out with Football Manager saves, showing off their Win the Kids, their tactics, whatever it might be, and it's just a really nice, vibrant community. I'm going to be honest with you all, I'm going to be speeding through this one a little bit because I have tickets to go see Spider-Man on the day of opening in about 30 minutes, and I kind of want to be there, but also I wanted to record this video, so here I am. I'm going to try and rush through as quick as possible. Don't worry, I won't really rush, but if you hear me maybe pacing some things up a little bit, you'll know why. Apologies as well to you guys for not uploading super regularly at the minute on this channel. It's been about every 4 or 5 days, just because it's Christmas time. I'm sure you all can understand there's a lot going on. Meeting people, work Christmas parties, you've got blah blah blah, cinema trips like today, plenty of stuff, family matters, whatever it might be. So yeah, if there's not super consistent uploads over this Christmas period before the start of a new year, apologies for that, but I'll try and keep up to at least at minimum this level of schedule. So thank you to you guys who are sticking around, and hope you appreciate the fact that I'm doing my best to get videos out. Anyway, back to the video and the reason that you guys are here, and I'm going to start off by looking at our league form since that first episode where you saw us draw 1-1 to Bochum, which was a bit of a wake-up call where I thought we should be storming a game like that. We didn't, and it's got a lot better. I will say it's got a lot better. We're still struggling in the odd game, and we're not really like overperforming in the match and doing amazing, winning 5-6-0. That's not happening, but we're doing okay. So after the Bochum game, we lost away to Hertha Berlin 3-2, gave it a good effort, but they scored in the last few minutes. It's Hertha Berlin, they're a decent side, we were away from home, and they managed to beat us. At this point, after a draw and a loss, I started thinking, wow, this is going to be a hard season. We go and beat Leipzig 5-1, Weghorst getting 2, Piccoli getting 1, Nemecha getting 2 as well, so our strikers doing brilliantly in that game. Then we won a very winnable game against probably the worst team in the division, just because I don't really know who they are as a football fan, so apologies to anyone who is a fan of this team, but we beat Greuther Fürth 5-1. We then got a Champions League group, which we'll talk about in a minute, but as you can see, we're doing very well with wins against Sevilla, Chelsea, and a loss against Ajax, so overall we're doing okay in that. Drew a couple times between them Champions League games in the league against teams that we, they're at a decent level, but I hope we could have beat teams like that. We then beat Gladbach, who are near the top of the league, 3-1, beat Union Berlin, lost to Ajax as I said, and then we've been on a 3-game winning streak, including a win in the Cup, which puts us into a fairly decent area of the Cup now. We're getting along in it, doing well. Third round is coming up, so that's great. But I'm going to start off with the league performance first. So in the league, we are sitting 4th. We're 6 points off Borussia Dortmund at the top, and Bayern Munich, who so far this season we've only 1 loss, and we've only lost 1 as well, but we've got 3 draws. I think they're a bit of a level above us, as you would expect at this stage, so I'm not too bothered about that. But what I'm happy about is that we're keeping up with Gladbach, and there is a pretty big gap at this stage of the season between us and 5th place and 6th place as well. So I'm happy with that we're keeping up that gap, and hopefully we can just consistently stay in this top 4 the whole season, maybe make a late push for them 3rd, 2nd spots. We'll see what happens. I don't expect a title challenge, but it would be nice if it did happen, and on current form, there's potential for it if we can keep it up over the Christmas period, of course. But yeah, we're doing okay in the league, and I want to keep that up. But today we're focusing on the Champions League with a home match against Ajax. As you can see, this is a group where, probably aside from Chelsea, who are arguably the best team in this group, everyone's on a fairly similar level. You'd probably argue we are the worst team in the group, and I think most people would agree with that. But we're doing okay with 2 wins, particularly a surprising win against Chelsea, but they've both been our home games. Now, my theory is if we beat Ajax at home here, despite losing pretty comfortably to them away, then we win all of our home games. We can say that's a good performance. We'll either get a high up Europa League spot, or I think with 3 wins, hopefully we can sneak in to the final stage. Of course, on top of that, we could arguably get a draw against Sevilla away, maybe a win, and hopefully some points off Chelsea. But I think this game against Ajax here is probably going to be the decider over whether we're going to go through in the group or not, because if Ajax beat us and then Chelsea and Sevilla start picking up points, which one of them will in this next game, we might start to struggle. But I'm looking forward to the Champions League. Knockout stages would be ideal in our first season. If we can get to the knockout stages, I'm happy no matter what happens from that point. You'd argue that we shouldn't get past a group like this, but we're doing well to do so. And yeah, we're doing great. But I know one of the things that you guys love the most is transfers, and we did make a deadline day sale, and some of you guys might see it as a bad decision. I think it makes sense. I'm going to be honest, I think it does make sense, and I'll explain myself. But if we go by date, how do we do it? Here we go. You can see that, no, where's he gone? He has left the club. There we go. Kevin Mbabu has left to rivals Bayern Munich for £17 million. So let me just stage the story. Mbabu was doing well for us. Bayern Munich come in with like an £8 million offer. We say no to it. A few days later, they offered us £17 million, most of it up front, and like £8 million in instalments. And I thought, you know what? He's our backup right back. As good as it is to have a right back of that quality, I'd rather have he's not getting past Baku in my team right now in that right back spot. So if we can make some money now, I think that money is going to be more important to us than a backup right back. So we brought in the money for Mbabu, which gives us some money to reinvest maybe in January when we need it. And one of the things that convinced me was I found a player who I believed, even though he wasn't represented in game as an amazing player, I think he could be a really good pickup for us. And it's proved right since I brought him in. We bought in Felix Pazlak on loan from Dortmund for only £200,000 for the season, and I believe there's an option to buy. Yeah, so if we qualify for the Europa League, which we assume we will, we spend £1 million pretty much of that £18 million deal from Babu, replacing with a player that, yes, isn't as good, but he's German, it helps the team, and he's only ever going to be a backup right back. I knew that Mbabu would get some complaints later on that he wasn't a regular starter, and I didn't want that to affect the team. We'll take the money now, and Pazlak, since joining, as you can see, has done nothing wrong at all. He's actually now sometimes my starting right back, and Baku goes into midfield, but 2 appearances for Dortmund are 7.6, comes into us 7.44 overall, 7 appearances, 3 assists, 2 player of the match awards. Felix Pazlak is a very good right back for us, and someone I'm very happy to have in our side. I'm just going to check the time. I think I might need to speed this up a little bit, so we're going to get straight into the match, and hopefully we get a win, beat Ajax, and do well in the Champions League. Okay, here we go. We are in the match against... I'm rushing myself here, but we are against Ajax, and I need to turn that speed down. That's why I have it on when I'm watching the games in between the videos. But the team today, I'll talk you through it. Instead of before the game, I'll talk you through it now. We've got Casteels in goal, Benayoun and Lacroix, who are slowly making a very good centre-back partnership. We've got Gerhardt at left back, who's filling in for Roussillon, who, as our only real left back, is struggling a little bit to play left back every game. Right back, I think we've got Pazlak. Yes, we have. And we are through here already. And the Mecha scores very early on, 5 minutes in. He gets a goal, and I'll just complete the team whilst we look at his replay. But it's Gilavogi in a defensive midfield position, playing for us today due to a bit of tiredness in some of the other midfielders. Arnold in the Mazzala role, Baku as the box-to-box midfielder, Jeremy Boga, who, as you can see here, played a brilliant incisive pass to Nemecha for that goal. Weghorst up top with Nemecha, who is, of course, the goal scorer. And to the people in the comments who are saying, please play Weghorst as your target forward, I've done exactly that. He is now a target forward in our system instead of a deep line forward, and it's working well for us. He's not going to get as many goals as the advanced forward, whoever plays there, Piccoli or Weghorst, but it works well in this system, and that is a great start for us, considering Ajax, if we have a look at their team, it's not a bad team at all. I'd say it's arguably on a similar level to ours, maybe a bit better than ours. But if we can keep this up, I'll be very happy with that, because look at the other games, it looks like, oh, they're not playing yet, that's why, but I was going to say their points aren't moving. But even if one of them teams win that, we're still going to be 2 points clear minimum. If we can get a win here, with so many games to go, I think that's a really good sign for us. But again, Pazlak having an amazing game on a 7.2. He's marauding down that right wing. He used to be so good in Football Manager, and he still is. He used to be a wonder kid. Now he's just a really good, solid option at right back. For £1 million, I think he's going to be the steal of the series, no matter what happens. But we force the corner here. It's Arnold in. Gilavogi. They might have patched near post corners. I haven't set any corner tactic up, but you occasionally get a goal from it. Of course you do. And it's Joshua Gilavogi, who actually only last episode I was saying maybe he's not going to be part of our team in the future. he's proved nothing to me that he should leave. Like, I phrased that really badly, but he's proved everything to me that he should stay. He's been really good every time he's played, can play in a variety of positions, but that defensive midfield position is one that he's very good at. He can even play centre-back, and yeah, Gilavogi is definitely someone I want to keep around. I'm not looking to sell him anytime unless someone comes up and pays a real big offer, but he's just really useful for his versatility, and we are going 2-0 up into the second half here. It's been a pretty comfortable game all over them, as it seems to be in the Champions League when you're in home games in Football Manager. The away team decides to do absolutely nothing. Tactically though, it should still be giving us some problems, but we're doing really well with it. And with so many minutes on the clock, it's probably time to make some substitutions. Kozlowski can come on for Arnold. Baku can come off for, he can come off for Maximum Philip. We'll get Weghorst off for Piccoli. That will leave us 2 other substitutions. Nemecha can come off for Walderschmidt. And then we'll take off the Tyron Lacroix for Gagnon, I think, not Brooks. Brooks is playing occasionally for us. Him and Bernay are switching out every other game, I'd say, so that position isn't nailed down, but I think our ball playing defender currently is always Lacroix. He's not playing amazingly, don't get me wrong, but he's obviously got the potential to be really good, and once he's in form, I'm sure he'd be great for us. But he's hitting solid 7 ratings, which is nothing to turn your nose up at. As I talk up the defence, we do concede a goal with 15 minutes to go, and that makes these last 15 minutes very interesting, because you assume Ajax will now come out and try and play and try and get that goal, and straight away, before I can do anything, they have another chance. It's Harler with another header. He scored the first one from there. We've managed to keep it out, but it's back in. Harler again. Castile's doing very well, who's proved to be a very good goalkeeper so far in this save. Very happy with how the team's performing for the quality of play that we've got. The youngsters are playing well for us. I was going to say something about good use of youngsters, but our youngsters are playing great for us. I think Gerhardt is obviously an issue at left back, but he's not really meant to be playing there. Here's Paslak. We've talked him up. He's hit the crossbar. Pasveer, by the way, in goal for Ajax, is the ex-Vitesse goalkeeper. I remember him from a Vitesse save. He was always great fun. I think he's like a 36-year-old or something back then. So God knows how old he is now, but he was like captain, leader, legend of Vitesse when we took over. Kozlowski into whoever that was. Gerhardt, I think. Hit it low. Pasveer saved. And we're still getting a few highlights. Don't you know I've got tickets to go see Spider-Man? We're 2-1 up. Just take the win, Wolfsburg. I don't want to see anything else. Kozlowski, though, I wouldn't mind seeing him score. The youngster, playing really well for us since signing. Apparently he's only on a 6.5 here, but I feel like he's had a good game since coming on. Paslak plays it in on a 7.7. Man of the match so far, I'd assume. Yeah, I think he is. He's whipped in a great ball there, across the pitch, to the left back, or whoever it was in that position, who curled it in. We've missed the header. Blow your whistle, referee. I know you want to go see Spider-Man 2. There we go. I've probably said Spider-Man far too many times in this video, but that puts us in a real good position to make the knockout stages of the Champions League. I think the next episode will be maybe just after the January transfer window, during it maybe. We'll see how we're getting on in the league and the Champions League. I think I'll show a league game next, but I need to go. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you had, smash the like button. I'll get around to the comments as soon as possible. But thank you for watching. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.